Good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm Mark Bradberry. Please grab a cup and join me this morning. Hey, do you remember this? Faster than a bullet, stronger than a diesel, leaps tall buildings at a single bound. Is it a bird? No. Is it a plane? No. Who is it? It's Superman. You know, in recent years, there have been a series, a whole slew of blockbuster movies about superheroes who save the city, or they save the country, or the planet, or even the universe. Wow, these guys can do anything. They're larger than life plots with larger than life characters, who use their superpowers to defeat supervillains in all sorts of ways, in an entire spectacle of planetary explosions and unbelievable alien technologies, photogenic smiles, and rippling musculature. They do all this stuff. They've got this mutation-induced uber-duper superpowers to save the world, powers that no mere mortal can contain. It kind of makes you feel ordinary, doesn't it? Yeah. Before long, you think about that a little bit, and you're wondering what's even special about you. I can't live up to the Hollywood hype. I can't do that. You think my only super accomplishment today was, well, finding ground beef on sale at the Super Walmart. It's not quite the same. With that kind of mindset, you start to wonder and doubt when God comes along and asks you to undertake a mission on his behalf. What's an ordinary man or a woman to do? Well, there was this comedy, a movie back in '77 about an average guy, a guy who was an assistant manager of a grocery store, as a matter of fact, and he found himself selected by God for a special mission. Simply this: to remind people that God was still around. God is depicted in the film as this gravelly-voiced elderly guy with a soft place in his heart for mankind, and really an understated sense of humor. Well, the befuddled manager isn't really sure what to make of this old guy, who's passing himself off as the divine, until one morning, as he's driving to work, God suddenly starts a conversation with him on the car radio. and then he just appears sitting in the passenger seat of the car. I want you to spread my message, he says. Well, listen, the manager reasons, clearly not wanting to believe this old geezer. He says, look, you've done some stuff here, you've done some tricks, but how about some proof? Yeah, do something godlike. Make it rain. Yeah, that's it, make it rain. And so it begins to rain inside the car. And add a little lightning and thunder, well, suddenly the assistant manager is convinced. While the overall theology of the movie is, well, a little skewed, it does highlight a basic truth with some merit. God works through ordinary people like you and me all the time. Now, most of us find it hard to believe, but because we think that, well, doesn't he want great men and women who stand as warriors of the word? Dun, dun, dun. Wouldn't it be that he prefers living legends, people who are bigger than life and can seemingly do anything? Dun, dun, dun. Or better yet, why doesn't he select super saints, disciples with a capital D, prayer warriors, the spiritual movers and shakers of the world? Dun, dun, dun. No. God doesn't need great people. He's already great. No. What he wants is ordinary people who are simply willing to trust and to follow him to accomplish the extraordinary. Ordinary people like you. Now, we'll talk about this a little more next time. But in the meantime, why don't you just go brew yourself a pot of good coffee, You know, and it doesn't have to be strong coffee. You know, ordinary gets the job done. Enjoy your coffee.